Welcome to France, my friends. Or should I say, welcome to hell. We're going to be playing a little bit of Battle of Empires, guys, 1914 to 1918 today. This is definitely one of those games that I feel should get so much more attention than it does. But unfortunately, I think the developers took a little too long to capitalize. And also, let's just be honest, it's very similar to Men of War Assault Squad 2. It's pretty much a World War I mod in Men of War Assault Squad 2. Heads up, though, it's $4 right now on Steam, and if anybody wants to do some multiplayer games, I really wanted to throw them up here on the channel, so keep that in mind. Here we are, guys. We are, of course, leading the French. We need to defend against a massive German assault, and hopefully we can do that effectively. You can see our boys already kind of getting into the trench here, getting into their places, but I'm going to move some of our men a little farther up here to really try and withstand the assault as best as possible. So let's go ahead, move some of these boys up. Doesn't look like they're very happy about moving forward, to be honest with you. I can't blame them. That looks pretty horrifying. But go for it, boys. Here we go.
The Boches took the first line of the trenches. Attack now. Let's kick out of those arms.
Okay, beautiful. So we've already got a mission here, and that is to take the Germans out of this trench line. I'm going to immediately send my boys over here. Oh, I don't want them facing that way, though. Let's send them over here. Try and face towards the enemy. Win some glory for France. And actually, oh, I thought nobody was manning that gun. Never mind. In that case, we'll take these guys. Also move forward. They're going to be our second line of attack, boys. So I'm going to set up our reinforcements back here. And there we go. Even our allied French forces are moving up as well. Vive la France! I hope the Germans are terrified of us at this moment, although we are taking some pretty nasty shots. Come on, guys. What happened to that nice position? I caught you in the trench. Get as many of them there as possible, but it seems that there's a little confusion in the orders. Keep in mind that we don't control all of these troops, only the ones with the white circles around them. My goodness. C'est très joli. It's beautiful, my friends. We are winning this one. The victory will go to France. I've got to move some of our boys up here to counteract that German attack on the right as well.
Both are arrested. You will face tribunal. You have fired an abandoned weapon. Villains, what are you looking at?
He's pretty serious about that, man. So right now, our job is to try and recapture one of the mortars. I love how he's like, you will face tribunal. And that essentially means he's going to face a court-martial here for letting go of the mortars and, of course, turning it over to the Germans. So we're going straight for them. We've got some mortars right there. I want it. I'm going straight for the mortar pit. Not the greatest place to go. You know what? We'll play it safe. We'll kind of stay in the trench over here. But don't believe that we are retreating. We are not. No, we're going to go straight in the mortar pit. Let's go for it. Come on. Come on, men. Oh, my goodness. It truly is World War I. It is absolute hell all over the place. All right. Get some boys on the mortar. Here we go, men. We've got an effective mortar to use against the Boche. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to be using this against the Germans. It looks like they're having some difficulty in turning it. Let's get this guy out of the mortar pit. That's probably why. This is not the perfect location for one of these weapons. All right, there we go. Beautiful, guys. Turn the weapon against the enemy. Now let me try and bring the rest of my boys forward. All right, we've got everybody forward. I believe we've got the whole group. It's always nice to check, though. Again, we don't control most of these men. We only control a few of them. So our boys are getting in here. That's beautiful. We don't need to get in with our group. We just need to make sure that the French army itself breaks through and smashes the Germans here. Let's get a few of our boys to push up. Advance with the offensive. Don't forget, my friends, if you enjoy these World War I battles and you want more WW1 content, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and obviously subscribe if you're new. Yes, man, it's certainly tougher to get subscribers with the strategy approach, the niche strategy approach. You know, most people playing strategy, they're playing StarCraft, etc. We touch upon the war games that no one else does here on this channel, and that alone is worth subscribing for. I really want to push these guys forward, but I'm a little afraid. Nancy, go for it. Go for it, boys. Because World War I, we not one step back, as we said before. Although, as you can see, we've already lost 2 troops. One of them actually survived, but without his rifle, he's going back to pick that rifle up. My goodness, man, are you crazy? I mean, yeah, I guess you needed your rifle, absolutely, but wow, he's got a set of, you know what's on him. Leonardo Picard. I should say Leonardo Picard. French. All right, let's make sure that that mortar is hitting the actual real problem here, which are all of those Germans pretty much in this area firing machine guns. In fact, even these guys outside of the trench are a problem because they've got that, I believe that's an MG, it's a machine gun for sure, I'm not sure what kind. Quite an effective one nonetheless, so I definitely want to target that. Might be a little bit too far for us to target. Still got some boys back here, might as well go ahead and bring them up. I was thinking of sending some guys into the or close to the buildings over here, and you know what? I was going to say it's a bad idea, but if we send them right here, we've got some sandbags. I think it would actually be a really nice area. It's pretty much in the middle of no man's land, but I see a lot of Germans moving through here. So let's get over there with our men. True no man's land would be this area right in the middle. Vive la pays, vive la France! Alright, boys. Best of luck with your shooting. Got Lucien Arol, Yvon Sen, and Didier Drep. I didn't think Didier was actually a real name. Nonetheless, he is assisting here, and now our allies are also moving forward. The rest of the French army is moving forward here. God bless the Republic. We've got a few boys scattered around. Obviously, we've got our mortar, but we've got some guys sort of scattered in the trenches here. I think as the battle progresses, we will be getting reinforcements, but I can't say that for sure. Now, what I'm going to do is send one of our boys over here to the sandbags. And actually, I think I want to grab the rest of our men and push up here to these sandbags where they're going to be more effective. Yes, it's more dangerous, but much more useful to the rest of our men. Lance! That's what I like to see. Vive le pays! The visuals on the game are so nice. Especially when you're kind of looking here from the first-person view of the men. I just adore it. And look at that. It looks like we've got some additional mortars behind the lines there, also firing at the Germans. There we go. We've taken it back. Vive la France.
Send reinforcements if it is possible. More ammunition is required.
Alright, our guys are still getting some great shots against the Germans there. But obviously we're going to have to regroup, hopefully get some reinforcements, as the guy said, pardon me, and go for broke pretty much here.
Necessary to carry out reconstruction work. All machine gun positions are destroyed. But we will stand. We must stand.
Incredible. So we have lost every MG, yet we are still going to try and hold the first line of defense, which is going to be this one right here. So I am going to send in some of our men over here. And let's just hope we can do the best job. I wonder if our mortar can actually move out of that area. It's a pretty secure area, but if we get closer, we could obviously get more effective shots on the Germans. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. You know what I mean? Je ne sais pas. Alright, well, what we will do is move the rest of our men up here. The stragglers. Possible candidates for court-martial eventually. Alright, my friend, at this point we are just waiting for the Bosch. This is going to be a brutal fight. I love the officer ready with his pistol. Let's see what happens. Some good news, my brothers. We do have some machine gun support. We've also brought in some mortars. One of our mortars was destroyed. I actually called in 2. One of them is destroyed, but we brought in some mortars, some machine guns. They're arriving at the front line, but you can see the devastating firepower of the German artillery is really ripping us to shreds, man. I can't express that enough. We purchased all of these new units, and I'm not sure we're going to be able to use every single one of them. Some of them are just now arriving to the battlefield. That might be their saving grace. It looks like we survived in most of our units on the left side, but the ones that I called in on the right side, an entire group, have been destroyed. You can see some of them patching themselves up. So we're going to fill in that gap, and of course I'm going to make sure that our machine guns are in an appropriate position. That is not an appropriate position. Alright, there we go. They are advancing. They are advancing. We've got our machine gun ready here. I was trying to keep it in the trench, but I don't think we can actually do that. You know what? Yes, we can. Let's try and get it over here. Oh my goodness, German advance! We moved some of our boys out of the trenches. No, never mind. They're not our boys. They're just they're friendly, but they're not part of our actual squad. Get that machine gun rolling. Come on, boys. As you can see over here, another thing I did was I got one of my men to pick up one of the German machine guns. He's still got his rifle slung on his back. This is just in case he needs it. And he certainly needs it right now. Vive la France, mon ami. We're only tasked with holding this section, so I'm not moving from here. But I feel like that machine gun is just not firing. I think it has to be an actual different machine gun to be able to use it there. So we're going to move it forward a bit. That's more like it. Vive la France! They shall not pass here. Not sure how I feel about the stick magazine as opposed to the drum magazine, but of course this was World War I, so a lot was learned in conflicts like this. I would guess that thing jams very regularly. Now, thankfully, in our game, we're not going to have to worry about the jamming. Let's see what the second machine gun is. We could bring him back forward a little bit. He was sort of our secondary. I'll push him over here, and he should still be able to fire and provide some support, so I will push forward. I kind of wanted to keep him in reserve, you know, sort of as a just-in-case. We'll call in another squad of infantry. We can actually call in several. Bonjour, mon ami. Let's bring them immediately to the front lines. Counteract this German assault, guys. Actually, we're only supposed to be holding this area, but you know what? Seeing how our allies are doing, I think we're going to have to send some men over here. In fact, I might actually have to send them into the second trench, because by the time they arrive, I feel like these boys would have already lost this trench works right here. Calling in another machine gunner as well. I'm going to try to bring him right there. That's, of course, if we're able to recapture the area fairly easily. Let's take a look at the front, boys. So far here in the center, we are doing great. We're absolutely holding our line. Unfortunately, looks like one of our machine gunners was bumped off. Standing right next to him. They're actually an officer. Not the wisest choice on my part to make an officer a machine gunner, but I'm going to send one of our riflemen here to assist with that machine gun. Really need a loader. Oh! Just destroyed! There you go. Oh! Okay, stay away from the machine gun. It's a death trap, boys. Gunner, I hope you can keep firing for quite a while. This Hotchkiss is eventually going to be taken out by the Germans. We've already damaged our guy quite a bit. And I really want to try and just get one squaddy to get up there. Let's take a look. We've got another group here. We're going to move into the center, and I could potentially send one of the men there to actually take that machine gun. Move them here for now. What am I talking about? We've got to get them over here. We have to hold this area. This is our main front. Enemy sniper is working overtime right now. Come on, boys. We can bring in the sappers, to be honest with you. Just grab whatever we can. Sapper is fairly close. If he could grab the machine gun and start using it, that would be beautiful. So I'm going to risk his life. Go for it. An artilleryman, pardon me. Get up there, son. Get up there. No! We're going to have to send quite a few guys in there if we want to take the position, that's for sure. The entire front is alive, guys, but I think so far we are holding it. This is our second group. Some of our men just now arriving here. So I'm actually going to take a couple of them, just a couple. Put them right here. My friend, we don't have machine guns. The ones we have, we are moving forward. Oh my goodness, look at that! We've got a plane! Is it the Red Baron himself? I don't think so, but a German plane just crashed behind our lines. Alright, so we're gonna put the machine gun right here. We've still got that reserve machine gun here. He is working overtime, trying to knock out as many Germans as possible. They are getting very close to taking this area. Keep it up, son. Keep it up. Shall fight to the death. Handgranat on the way. My goodness, they're getting very close. Our men are certainly reacting in kind. We're doing what we can. I certainly don't want to move that machine gun anymore. We just got this one up. I actually kind of want to put him in the shell hole. The gun peeks out over the edge of the shell hole. We might actually have some pretty decent cover in here. Here we go. Oh, that is beautiful. That is truly treasurely. Truly beautiful. Having our guys in the shell hole here. Hopefully we can stop the German advance. We're doing everything we can here on the left side. But really, this was up to the AI, and they haven't done their jobs here. We still have that mortar? No, looks like he's all the way back here. Let's try and bring the mortar crew up. Looks like we lost that frontal mortar, but we have a secondary here. I'm going to bring him up over here. Fight to the end, brothers. We shall not surrender. Let's bring up the support guys. Try and get them over here. I don't care what trench they go to. I just want to make sure they get to a trench fast. Call in some more infantry. Sniper, why not? And a squad of heavy infantry. Let's really just go all out here. So it seems like, unfortunately, that mortar cannot be moved. She's not going anywhere. We've got a lot of Germans there breaking through the left side. We were told to watch the center, but even here in the center, a lot of losses. Still some machine guns, though. Looks like the loader has gone into full-blown PTSD mode and is just standing next to the machine gun. That is brutal. Almost want to take him off the gun just to try and rearm it. Let's go for it. Come on, you can do this. Yves, Richard, no luck at all. Got our new group. I like to see that truck passing by. That's really cool. We're not going to be able to get all the way up. There's no way. Best we could do is pretty much try and hold the position we have now. So I'm going to send our boys here. Some of our machine guns are still firing, namely the one here in this beautiful shell hole. But he's not going to be around for very long, as we can see. So we really are just trying to keep what we've got. Let's put it that way. In fact, we're going to use the German plane as cover. This might be a perfect opportunity. I'll actually use the tree as cover here, because we're going to need to really get into the fight. These boys are arriving. Look at how quickly they're being taken out. Just look at that. We've got to get behind the trench. Oh, we can't even move up that far. My goodness. This might be the fall of the trench line. Now, we do still have that mortar that can't actually move forward. The benefit there is he's actually going to be able to provide some supporting fire starting pretty soon. Let's not go crazy. Let's stay behind this tree. That's going to be the mortar we lost, and we are not getting that thing back unless we get a crazy attack or possibly some gas. Gas would assist us here in this situation.
The Germans are fleeing! Hurrah!
Incredible! We did it! We did it! Damage them enough to cause them to flee, perhaps? I certainly hope so. Yeah, that's not going to be the end. There's no way they're fleeing. That guy is... It's fake news, folks. It's total fake news. I'm just going to keep on fighting. Get some boys in the trenches here. Alright, mon ami. Move up immediately. The Bosch are upon us. Good shooting. At this point, we should just try and soak up as much damage as possible, or dish out as much damage. Knock out a few of the Bosch here still advancing, and then we'll try and move up back to our original position. Slowly creep. Let's go for it. Want to be facing the right way, of course. Alright, back to the position. over here. It's incredible. There's been so much combat here that it's unrecognizable, which is exactly what you'd expect in a World War I battle. I mean, you can just see the bodies here. You know, before we had men here, some of the men blown in half, machine guns all over the place, blood all over the place. It doesn't look at all like it did before. Alright, let's see. Maybe we go back in the trench over here. What's this?
The smell of mustard. It's mustard gas. Gas!
Oh my goodness, we're being hit with mustard gas! Gotta get our gas masks on, folks. Gotta get those gas masks on quickly. Very, very quickly. Let's get to see if these guys are heading for the front line. We're gonna go into their inventory and put those masks on. Now they're prepared for the fight. The Germans are resorting to brutal tactics here to beat us. These guys are also going to go ahead and put the gas mask on. Man, this is brutal stuff, man. True World War I action we've got here. I'm going to call in another infantry squad. We're using everything we can, but they are also using everything they can to break our lines here. And they're thinking that they can break through with the gas attack. Maybe they can, who knows? Mon Dieu. Mon Dieu, they are advancing. Here we go, friends, and oh my goodness, burning us out with flamethrowers. Bullet is going crazy. He can't stand a loss. I will say that. But we are going to push forward. We shall not retreat. I'm wondering if we should put gas masks on these guys. I think we need to.
Yeah. Give the order. Move to point 8 in squads. Even numbers cover up. The odd ones move. Come on.
Let's push, boys. Shall not surrender. Screw you, Germany. Then we're calling in even more support here. But really, it seems that that side right there particularly is the worst one in terms of enemy advances. That's why we're going for it. I'm actually going to set our boys up right here. I think they can get fine shots from distance. Bullet is really having like a massive fight with the dog outside. My goodness. The poor guy. Like, is he really that bad? Wow, they quickly zapped us, folks. The Germans are advancing. It seems that perhaps that advance helped. Now we have to hold the hill on top here at the heights with everything we've got. So we're going to go ahead and send every unit we've got, of course, over here. We just got a new unit of infantry. We'll put them up in the hill. Although the gas hasn't actually reached the heights yet, so I'm not gonna put any gas in. I'm just gonna send some men to defend this area.
Troops on the second line of defense under your command. You must hold the Germans in this area. This is our last line of defense.
Okay. Whoa, look at that. We've got a German plane advancing. Our sniper's targeting it. Oh, I think the sniper shot the pilot. Oh my gosh. It actually ended up crashing it directly on top of our men. Not the greatest situation in the world, but certainly realistic. The lieutenant is dead.
Killed my lieutenant.
To grab everybody on the battlefield, folks, and bring them back. Everybody else seems to be in good working order, in the right position. They're all running back to the hill, preparing for the ultimate defense. I might still take a few guys and leave them on the gun. But, yeah, it looks like we can't actually take the gun. Could be damaged. We could also try to take that mortar and get some additional shots. So we are going to leave a group of heroes behind, essentially, to try and protect that mortar and just pretty much weaken the Germans even more. But if you guys enjoyed this battle, you're going to have to hit that like button and wait for the next part of the battle, the Hill of Hell. I hope you enjoyed the trench part. Now we're going to get to the ultimate hill defense part here in World War I. And with all of those Germans, you're not going to want to miss it. So hit that like button, drop a comment down below, folks, and prepare for part 2.